I am going to say something most financial channels will not say out loud. You are probably not bad with money because you are irresponsible. You are probably not struggling because you do not try hard enough. And you are almost certainly not in the financial position you are in because you are lazy, or careless, or too far behind to catch up. You are in this position because nobody ever showed you the 5 specific mistakes that silently drain ordinary American incomes every single month. And you have been making at least 2 of them without knowing it. So let me ask you something directly. When was the last time your bank account balance actually surprised you on the good side? When was the last time you looked at your savings and thought, yes, that is growing. That is real. That is mine. If you cannot remember, this episode is for you. Because here is what the data actually shows. According to Lending Club research, 61% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. And here is the part that most people miss. 4 out of 10 people earning over $100,000 a year are also living paycheck to paycheck. This is not a poverty problem. This is not an income problem. This is a mistake problem. Specific, fixable, invisible mistakes that are happening inside ordinary budgets right now, including probably yours. Today, I am going to name every single one of them. I want you to meet Marcus. Marcus is 38 years old. He lives in Atlanta, Georgia. He makes $64,000 a year as a project coordinator, which is above the national median income. He has a decent apartment, a reliable car, and he pays his bills on time. By any outside measure, Marcus looks like he has it together. But Marcus has less than $900 in savings. And every month, without fail, he wonders where his paycheck went. He is not a reckless spender. He does not gamble. He does not have an addiction. He has never made a single dramatic financial mistake. He has just been making 5 small, quiet, invisible ones for years. And together, those 5 mistakes are costing him over $700 every single month. $700 a month. $8,400 a year. Quietly, without a single line on any statement that says here is where you went wrong. Let me show you exactly what those mistakes are. Mistake number 1. Paying the minimum on credit card debt and calling it responsible. According to the New York Federal Reserve, total U.S. credit card debt hit $1.14 trillion at the end of 2024. The average American cardholder carrying a balance owes approximately $7,800, and the average credit card interest rate right now is around 24.5%. Here is the math that almost nobody does. If Marcus has $7,000 in credit card debt at 24% interest and pays only the minimum each month, he will pay that debt off in over 22 years, and he will pay nearly $11,000 in interest alone on $7,000 of purchases. That is more than he borrowed, and it will take over 2 decades. The minimum payment feels like being responsible. It is the opposite of responsible. It is the most expensive way to handle debt that exists, built specifically by credit card companies to keep balances alive for as long as possible. Marcus was paying minimums on 2 cards. Together, those minimums were costing him $220 a month in pure interest. Money that bought nothing, built nothing, and grew nothing. Mistake number 2, keeping all your money in a checking account. This one is invisible because it does not cost you anything you can see. No fee, no charge, no statement line. Your money just sits there, earning nothing, while inflation quietly eats its value, and a different account down the street would have paid you real interest. According to the FDIC, the national average interest rate on a standard checking account is essentially 0. Meanwhile, according to Bankrate, the best high-yield savings accounts are currently offering around 4% APY. If Marcus has $5,000 sitting in his checking account that he does not actively need for day-to-day expenses, he is leaving $200 a year on the table. Every year. For doing nothing different. For moving money to the right place. Marcus had $6,000 sitting in checking that had not moved in 8 months. He thought of it as his safety buffer. What it actually was a $240 annual gift to his bank. Mistake number 3. Not capturing the full employer 401k match. This is the single most expensive mistake on this list. And it is the one that makes financial advisors want to close their eyes when they hear it. If your employer offers a 401k match and you are not contributing enough to get the full match, you are turning down free money. Not metaphorically free, literally free. Your employer is offering to add dollars to your retirement account for every dollar you put in, up to a certain percentage. If you do not put in enough to trigger the full match, those employer dollars disappear. You cannot get them back. They are simply gone. According to Vanguard's How America Saves report, roughly 25% of 401k participants who have access to an employer match do not contribute enough to receive the full match. 1 in 4. The average employer match is around 4% of salary. For Marcus, at $64,000 a year, the full match would be worth approximately $2,560 per year in free employer contributions. That he was not getting. Because he was contributing 2% instead of the required 4%. That is over $200 a month in free retirement money that Marcus was leaving behind every single month. Mistake number 4. Subscription creep and never auditing it. According to a 2024 survey by Forbes Advisor, the average American spends around $219 per month on subscription services. The same survey found that consumers consistently underestimate how much they spend on subscriptions. Most people guess around $80 a month when asked. The gap between what people think they are paying and what they actually pay is $140 every month. That is not one expensive subscription. That is 5 small ones that each feel like nothing and together cost everything. Marcus sat down and added his up. Streaming services he sometimes used, a fitness app he had not opened in 3 months, a music platform he forgot to cancel after the free trial, a new subscription from an impulsive moment in an election year, a cloud storage plan he had doubled without meaning to. Total, $187 a month. He valued about $90 worth of it. The other $97 was pure automatic drain. If this list is landing in a way that feels uncomfortably specific right now, that means this episode is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. Please subscribe before you keep watching. Because the answer is probably on this list. Keep watching. Mistake number 5. Letting every raise disappear before it builds anything. According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, the personal savings rate in America fell from around 6% in early 2024 to 4% by late 2025. Incomes went up. Savings rates went down. The raises happened. The savings did not follow. This is lifestyle inflation working at its quietest. A raise comes in, the spending adjusts upward within 30 days, and the raise is gone. Not into one big purchase, into the collective creep of slightly more expensive habits across every category of life. Marcus got a 3% raise last year. That was about $160 extra per month after taxes. He does not know where it went. He has no memory of spending it on anything specific. It just quietly became part of what his life now costs, and his savings balance did not move. Now let me show you what all 5 of these look like together, because this is where Marcus finally got quiet. Credit card minimum payments costing him in pure interest, $220 a month. Checking account earning nothing instead of a high-yield savings account, $20 a month. Employer 401k match he was not capturing, $213 a month. Subscriptions he was paying for but not using, $97 a month. Raise absorbed by lifestyle before it could build anything, $160 a month. Total, $710 every month. $8,520 every year. Not from recklessness, not from stupidity, from 5 specific, quiet, fixable mistakes that nobody ever named for him. Here's what Marcus did, and what you can do starting this week. For the credit card debt, he stopped paying minimums and started paying as much as he could toward the highest interest card first, while paying minimums on the rest. No new purchases on any card until the first one is gone. This strategy, called the avalanche method, will save him thousands in interest and years of payments. For the checking account, he opened a high-yield savings account and moved everything above 2 months of expenses into it. It took 15 minutes. He now earns real interest on money that was sitting idle. For the 401k match, he increased his contribution from 2% to 4% the same week. His paycheck went down by about $50. His employer immediately began contributing an additional $160 per month into his retirement account. He made $50 less and built $160 more every month. For the subscriptions, he spent one Sunday going through his bank statements for the last 90 days and listed every recurring charge. He canceled 4 services he no longer valued. $97 freed up in 30 minutes. For the raise, he set up an automatic transfer of $80 per paycheck, half of the raise after taxes, directly into his savings account before it could hit checking. He still got to enjoy the other half. The rest started building. 3 months after making those 5 changes, Marcus had more money saved than he had in the previous 2 years combined. He did not get a better job. He did not cut his lifestyle dramatically. He did not start a side hustle or wake up at 5 in the morning or follow some extreme budgeting system. He just stopped making 5 specific mistakes that had been silently taking over $700 from him every month. And the thing he told me that stayed with me the longest was this. He said, "I always thought I needed to earn more. I never thought I needed to stop losing what I already had." That sentence is the whole episode. You are probably not poor. You are probably not too far behind. You are probably making 1, 2, maybe 3 of these mistakes right now, and they are costing you more than you realize. The good news is that every single one of them is fixable. Not in a year, not after some big life change. This week. With decisions that take less than an hour total. Marcus did it. The math is real. The mistakes are real. And now you know exactly what they are. The average American household earns more today than at almost any point in history. And yet, the personal savings rate keeps dropping. That is not a coincidence. That is the direct result of millions of people making these exact 5 mistakes at the same time, in the same quiet way, without anyone ever connecting the dots for them. The money is there. It is just leaking out through holes that nobody ever named. You now have the names, you have the numbers, you have the fixes. The only question left is whether you act on them this week or wait until next month and let another $700 disappear. If this episode showed you something real today, please subscribe right now and share this with someone who has a good income and still wonders where it all goes every month. This information does not cost anything. Staying stuck does. See you in the next one.